No, it's on my way home. I'm on my way home from the airport now. It's 12:30 at night here in Buffalo. I'll be home. I lied. I said 1 o'clock this morning. GPS says 2 a.m. I'll be home at 2, up at 8:39. I got to be at Mohawk to go last trip with some horses. Both James and I have a busy schedule tomorrow. His consists of golf. Mine consists of going to the Poconos with my family. I left it up to Addie, who may or may not know exactly what the question was posed to her. Do you want to go to the Poconos? Yes, please, was the answer. To her, the Poconos could have been an ice cream shop or driving the car. But it's a 6-hour drive in the car. So, really, it was up to Ollie and Amy. And they both decided they want to go. So we're going to go, Mark and his family are going to go to the Poconos tomorrow also. So I'm going to have dinner with Mark, my brother Mark, and go to a water park with our kids. He has a daughter right around the same, right around the same age as Addie. So they're going to get to hang out together tomorrow, and we all are. So it's not very often I get to hang out with Mark. We talk on the phone regularly. Mark lives in New York. I live in Ontario. So it'll be nice to sit down and have a nice supper with Aaliyah, Mark's wife, and Kiki, Mark's daughter, and Addie, Ollie, and Amy. Ava, as many of you know that follow us, is off to PEI. She's hanging out with Grampy Fred, with the big Fred, my mother Gail, in Prince Edward Island. The original plan was that Amy was going to go down to PEI, but Ollie's baseball tournament is right on Gold Cup night. So is the Wellwood. So I don't even know if I can get to Prince Edward Island for next weekend. So everything's still, my schedule, Amy's schedule, very, very fluid this time of year. So excited to get on the road and go to the Poconos tomorrow with our kids and meet up with Mark. So tomorrow morning I'd like to be underway out of Ontario around 10:30 in the morning. We're going to train Brace for Landing. We're going to train Landing Strip. I'm going to train those horses tomorrow. I'm going to train Horn Player. Not quite as quick as she's schooled on Tuesday, but she's going to train also. I believe James is training his horse, Hasty Bid. We're not going to train Nothing But a Dreamer. And I don't know what Roundwork's doing with Carter Michael Leo. I assume training soon. So prepping our horses for next week. Now they'll come back Tuesday or Wednesday with another very slow training mile in preparation of the William Wellwood elimination. So what went on today? You guys saw what went on in Illinois. Fourth was Rosita's Dream. Made a break with GJ's ATM. GJ's ATM warmed up good. He's at his knee. He's at his knee pretty good. Might need some shoeing changes. Might need some work. Might need some time. But all of that, I just can't afford him. I can't give him. And it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the fact that I just can't rest him, bring him back, and race him at Mohawk. He's in a very regional jurisdiction with Illinois right now. What I mean is, it's one of those jurisdictions that are on a rebound, so they're not quite to the level of some of the other American horses, and it's very difficult for me to justify or quantify turning out, looking at all the information I have in regards to GJ's ATM, turning him out, bringing him back, and expecting a favorable return to racing for us. I just don't see it. So he is in the preferred sale on Monday. I'm sure he'll do somebody some good. It's a sweetheart of a horse. So we'll see what happens on Monday with GJ's ATM. As I said, Rosita's Dream race good. I didn't have him in a good spot. I missed the gate, which sounds stupid, but the gate starts off slow and really picks up speed halfway down the stretch, and Rosita's Dream does not trot the straightaways behind the gate the greatest. So I ended up missing the gate a little bit with him. It cost us third, obviously, but he's going to find a little more, and I think he can. As I said to Jim, just an easy week of jogging. We don't got to drill down on him this week. Just jogging easy, lots of field time. GJ's ATM, or Rosita's Dream did all the work that he could, so I certainly can't fault him. You guys know how I feel about horses that work hard. Sister Solange tonight raced. Now Sister Solange bled a little bit. I've been monitoring this situation for about 2 starts now. Her start that she won, and we actually scoped her. A little bit of redness, irritation, and a slight trickle of blood. Nothing really major, but enough to be alarmed, concerned. Her next start, we raced her, same type of thing going on. Not quite enough to put her on Lasix, doing the best we can to treat her up. She was in with aged horses the other night. Then she trained. She was okay. Raced her tonight. Her line looks okay. 2 minutes last half, 58. Last quarter, 29. Not horrible. She bled. So now this will be our third 2-year-old. Now, I'm going to tell you, I know there's a pretty strong conversation. It's quiet in the industry, but strong, because there are other 2-year-olds that have bled a little bit. I've talked to a number of other trainers, and depending on who you talk to and what they say, it's anywhere from taboo to put 2-year-olds on Lasix to I wouldn't do it to why not. My answer to that is quite simple. I'm going to do exactly what we've done in situations like this, with obviously different situations, but in an opportunity where, in a position where we can follow a path, collect the information, and make rational decisions moving forward for the future and for the present. So I'm going to leave the 3 horses we have on Lasix now: Sister Solange, Carter, Michael Dion, and Zogueo. I am going to collect all the information for those 3 horses over the next couple of months: how their weight looks, how their coat looks, does the Lasix help? And then further to that, when they train back, do they need Lasix to train back? Is this something that they can get over and something they can grow out of, whether it's allergies or irritation? Take all that in so that we can make informed decisions moving forward, not decisions on, oh, Joe said it's not right, or it's taboo, or, we never used to had to do that in the past and I would never do that. This is all foolish talk. We're going to make decisions based on what we see from these 3 horses moving forward. So Sister Solange will join the Lasix program tonight. She will race in her next scheduled staking event, I think in 10 or 11 days. So that was Illinois. That was Pennsylvania. Ohio, we only 1 starter. Slim Jimmy, he was a little flat, but raced good. And as I pointed out to Johnny, a friend of mine tonight, we were talking about it, he said, I seem flat. Yeah, in the last 10 starts, he's made about $55,000. He's missed the top 2 1 time. Finished 4th. And that's when he kind of gets screwed up with Ronnie driving him. But for the most part, the horse has been good. And that sounds nice, but he was a little bit flat tonight. He did get into his elbows a little bit more. His airway was pretty good. Nothing to report in that regard. But, admittedly a little flat. So we're going to continue on our plan with him. September the 4th, he'll race in the Sire Stakes with the intention. I think he's sitting 3rd. Somebody said right now in the Buckeye Stake standings, somewhere 3rd or 4th-ish. We are going to race him in the 4th with the hopes of racing in the Buckeye Final in the consolation for the Sire Stakes, which makes total sense. So on September the 4th, that'll be his next staking engagement. It will be in the Sire Stakes. And then the 5th Buckeye in Delaware should seal the deal for the Buckeye for us, I would hope. And hopefully on September the 4th, the way it was described to me by Greg was a 4th should do it. Cool. So we'll see how that plays out. And then Mohawk. What a great night we had at Mohawk. 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd and 4 starts. We had 3 stake horses race tonight. We had the bookends of the card. We won the 1st and the 10th. First race was Renegade Gypsy. He looked awesome. Now, I believe a lot of people learned something about tonight. When you have a giant 3-year-old, it's not always best to draw conclusions of how he'll be, especially when he's only had 18 or 19 lifetime starts. This horse has not even raced 20 times in his life. He just went in 55-1 last quarter, 27-4, and my memory serves me, the very first time I ever saw him attack on the end of the mile. A lot of people were upset with the way he performed in Hanover. Maybe they believed it was Mario. Maybe they believed it was maybe it was the half-mile track. It was the Lasix. I was torn about racing him there. We talked about it. He raced good in the elimination, but so many times in the past, I've seen horses go to an elimination final type situation on a non-Lasix track. Used to happen in Charlottetown all the time for the Gold Cup. Twice I took horses home. First start was the elimination. looked pretty good. Final, not so good. Scoped them after, and they bled. Now, we didn't scope Renegade Gypsy in Hanover because there wasn't a vet there to scope. But I can guarantee you he bled in Hanover. And again, people were jumping ship. I'm happy. A month ago, we talked about moving him to... We actually drew health papers on him to go to Saratoga/Plain Ridge or the Meadows. Then there was really nothing for him at the Meadows. Scioto, we couldn't get in. Northfield didn't make sense. Probably some whispers about selling him. And he came to life. Now, yes, having the best driver in Canada helps. It certainly does. But it's important for everybody to understand. We have to take stock of what we have. And sometimes they do change. You know, there was a point, 4 or 5 starts ago, where it looked like he was going to have to go somewhere. He came to life. Definitely James picked him up a little bit. Maybe he was a little complacent with Mario. I'm not sure. But one thing I am sure of course, certainly looked good tonight. Of our 3 stake horses, he looked the best. There's no two ways about that. Renegade Gypsy looked better than Red Overbach, and Renegade Gypsy looked better than Resolute Bay. And there is no disputing that. So a great job by James, great job by Mario to have the horse ready. I didn't know how he'd be coming off a start where he likely bled, going into a start where he raced, a little over 10 days ago? So great job by Mario having the horse ready to go. The horse looks like $1 million, looks like a new horse. So very, very happy with him. Red Overbach didn't race bad. I just thought he came cheap second quarter, and Jody comes slow. Jody knows the horse really, really well, and he didn't push him getting into the last turn. He kind of let him saunter along, dropped him in the 2-hole. It looked for a second like he was going to get pinned in halfway down the lane, but then come back on to be second. I don't think he raced as good as he did last week, but he raced good. Finished second. I was happy with him, and then Resolute Bay again, a little rough in the last turn. Again, I'm going to have to talk to James. Do we need, if we're going to race at Mohawk and we're going to race on our home turf, do we need the other hobbles back on him? Is there something ailing him? He was rough and made a break on me, but he was trying... drivers will say he was trying to run the whole way. Actually, he's probably trying not to run the whole way and then finally rolled off stride. So what can we do to help Resolute Bay? Or was it just that, hey, it was a pretty decent third quarter, James wanted to protect him, and then he come on down lane? I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to James about it. I was happy with him. 55-3, good last quarter. The entire crew raced great in Ontario tonight. And then our boy, yes, he raced awesome. First over, driving away winner. Great class for him. Very happy. That's 2 wins in a row now. 2 wins in 2000 and... Where am I going here? I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, there we go. Why do they send me to Queenston, Lewiston? There is no goddamn nexus here. They got one line open and 15 cars in it. I gotta tell my GPS that I do not want to go to the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge when I leave the Buffalo Airport. This happened the other day, too. Need to go to the other bridge. Might be a couple of minutes longer, but in the long run, it's much quicker. Well, I got lots of time to talk now. So yes, race great. Finished off as mile good, looked really good. That's that pop-up series, I believe. I think it is. So, I don't know whether the finals next week or they have another leg. I'm not really sure, but either way, looks like a great spot for him. We lucked out. They got us in Georgian, a win with him there. Travis drove him great. James drove him great tonight. A confident yes. That's a scary yes. When he gets on a roll, he can really shine real quick. So, very happy with yes tonight. Very happy with Renegade Gypsy tonight. And as I said, the 2 chestnuts, the 2 gingers, they raced great too. Red Overbach and Resolute Bay. So overall, today, pretty decent day. 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third from 7 starts. We could always have worse nights than that. Wait, 1, 3, 4, 8 starts. Could always have a worse night than that. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I probably won't post this video until I get home at 2 a.m., so you'll see it in the morning. But rest assured, I'm going to drop by the barn tomorrow. I'm going to train the horses last trip at Mohawk. And then the McDonald family is going to hit the road again. The McDonald family is going to hit the road again on our way to the Poconos. So good luck to everybody on Saturday, especially Sintra and PEI. Lots for us all to watch on Saturday night. I'm excited. Take care.